Welcome back to Rough Restos. I'm Jordan, and if you're like me, you own a very complicated Range Rover with a very complicated audio system that is currently broken. Great. Right. Be one of many things. Obviously, these things are full of modules. This is the autobiography with the rear entertainment, the climate system. So the boot is packed, absolutely packed. Now, if you don't already know, these things run on a communication system of fibre optic, the MOST system. So it's a fibre optic ring. It runs around the entire car, goes through all the entertainment modules, including also the instrument cluster, see the main head unit, the screen, all the rear modules, and even for some reason seems to include the cameras and all that stuff. So everything, which is great. Now, when this ring goes down, you lose all of that. So we'll show you some effects. So you may see grayed out audio visual. Saturn doesn't work. You go to go cameras. Nothing. It's all dead. All completely dead, which is really handy. So let's start diagnosing what could be the issue here then. So, easy step. Pull out your boot floor, your spare wheel and all that. And then you need a T40 to undo the two luggage bolts here. That'll come under that. You then also need to pull this. Oh, actually, let's go back a step a minute. So modules. I'll try and get a diagram. I need to try and get workshop manual because I'm struggling to find any electrical information on this vehicle, which is a pain. So, and I've managed to find one. So I pulled all this information a minute ago out of a owner's manual, which is good because I really need one of these manuals. So, as I'm describing, you've got the MOST system there. So, module number one is the instrument cluster. No, is the touchscreen. Then it goes through to your CD unit, which is also part of your media behind the dashboard. Followed through onto your amplifier, then to your TV control module on the boot, back to the digital radio control module, then to not in our market but navigation control module for Japan. Rear seat entertainment, and then follows back to the instrument cluster. So that is the modules you need to look out for. The arrows kind of point to where they are in the car. And yeah, nice and simple, not. It seems the system sort of starts, I'm not sure it starts here at this module or at the screen. Starts here, works way under, does the main audio amplifier, which is under there, I think, back there somewhere. Don't think it's the one in the passenger footwell. Although there is something there because someone has previously cut the carpet open for it. It runs back then. Back through, yeah, I think the amplifier's underneath there. And then it starts to run into all the modules we're going to see in just a second. Ends up going around, and then works its way back to the instrument cluster, and back to central dashboard again. What I've also got, which I didn't have in Northern Ireland, but managed to get past this anyway, is fibre optic bypass modules. So there's a male and female on here. I think we're only interested in the female ones, I think, for these. But we'll see in a second. So pull this bit of rubber off. This bit trim. Did it come out again? I can't remember now. There you go. It just falls off there. That then enables us to pull this whole panel out from memory. I've got to get. We get it untucked from here to start with, which single-handedly is not ideal. I'm going to get a tripod. That's better. Right. So, how does this come apart again? It's been a couple of days. There you go. So that pulls out the top here, out the top there, and then you can slide it out. Get. Just come out around the lock there. Oh, do that. Unplug the cigarette lighter. And that's that one out as well. What next? So that starts getting us access into here, but because I've got the 4-zone climate, got that right in the way, which is an inconvenience. Next up, this boot carpet. So remove a jack, and actually the parcel shelf would be handy to remove. Yep. It's also big. Snug one out of the way. That should now allow us to fold this carpet up that one as well. Slightly out of the way without having to pull the whole thing out. I might recrease it, it's underneath the spare wheel. So, and then these blocks of foam with genuine Land Rover stickers on them. Nice. Great. In case you need a part number for them. What next? Right. This bit of trim here, which is 10 mils, 8 mils, 10. So we've got a 10 down here and down over there, which I will get now. Oh, I love Land Rovers. Said nobody ever. One down here. And one over here. And gets us. I still don't know why there's wiring on this bit of plastic, but there is. So, this is where we're at now. So right here, these orange lines are our fibre optic lines. So there we have one module, which I'll have to see what module it actually is. ECU ASCII P/N. Oh, DAB, right at the top there. That's the DAB module. We've then got another module there, which I have no idea what that one is yet. Then there's another module here, which is TVM. And then I'm pretty sure we most likely run through to other modules elsewhere as well. Oh, that one there. No idea. So, what we want to do is have the ignition on, because the way the fibre works in this loop is it sends obviously you have the light coming out, so you have the red fibre light comes out, goes through each module, and the idea is it gets through each module, comes around, back to the front media setup there. When a module goes down or fails, that signal gets blocked, which opens the loop and causes it all not to work. So we're now going to be looking for a blocked signal somewhere. Now, I know by experience, when I last had this apart, for some random reason, the DAB module blocked it. But I will show you what's what in a minute. So because we have no intention of finding a signal behind the stereo first, we're going to start back here and see if we get light back here. If we do, we know it's gone through the amplifier and all that, and it's fine. If we've got no lights back here on the fibre optics, we know it's going to be to do with the amplifier. Or something down here anyway at least, but that's more difficult to get to. So start easy. If you've got a water leak issue, the chances are it's your amplifier, so just a heads up. But let's jump in here now. So head unit is on, fibre signal should be going. Let's just see a minute. Do we have signal down here to this fibre optic line? Let's try and pull it out a minute. See? Red light. So signal goes from here. So what we can do is we can verify signal's there. So that now okays our amplifier and our head units and all that stuff at the front. So let's plug that back in. Let's now try this module. Do we have a fibre optic signal here? We do not. Okay. So why not? Now, I know that this signal comes back from there. So I don't know why it ends up back here first, but that's going to be, I don't know. Couldn't tell you that, but... So let's see a minute. Do we have a signal here? We do indeed. So, let's check the phone around. So, signal there. No signal here. What happens if we use one of these bypass connectors? Bypass connector in. What do we have here? We've got a signal. Ideal. So let's plug this one back in a minute and see if the head unit suddenly kicks in and works. So, straight up. Look at that. Straight back in working. Connected to my phone. Do the cameras work now? Cameras on working. We'll buy that one. I know that's an issue. Psst, yeah. So straight up, that DB module, once again, killed the whole audio system. So I think I need a new DB module. Not that I use a DB anyway, but I can guarantee if I plug that back in now, that's going to keep working. Well, hopefully that's helped you a bit with the fibre optic most issues you had. So the easiest place to get to them is in the boot. If it happens to be ones in the dashboard or under the carpets, good luck. So I'm hoping I've attached a picture in here of the modules. I yet don't actually know myself where they're located. So I'm hoping to find a workshop manual or something within for you guys. If not, I'll post whatever I can find. Information is still kind of scarce on these at the minute because they're not really in the hands of like myself where people are fixing them DIY. So yeah, really is as simple as that. You're looking to find out where the loop breaks on the fibre optic system, and then that is your issue. So I can't remember if I put it in the video there or not. My DB module is now dead. So I've had to leave it bypassed, but not a big problem. Is what it is. I'll get another one. So yeah, if this was any use to you somehow, then why not drop a video a like? Any questions, drop a comment, and obviously subscribe for more, because I own a Range Rover. It's got multiple issues, and I am set out to fix all of them. Great. So whether this will beat me, or whether I'll beat it, we'll find out. But thank you for watching. I've been Jordan. Cheers.